One of the arguments that I hear a lot when it comes down to Batman in debates is that he is just a regular human, or he's just a peak human. He can't do anything outside of what's possible for a human. Now, in a logical real-world setting, this would make sense. But we're not in a real-world setting. We're in a fictional universe where a guy who has his underwear on the outside of his pants is flying around and shooting laser beams out of his eyes. I have done multiple feat videos for Batman's speed, strength, durability, skill, everything in between. And despite being able to prove to people with feats and showings, they ultimately will say, well, I just don't feel like he should be able to do that. I don't feel like a regular human should be able to do that. But here's the thing that people need to accept. Suspension of disbelief. This is a fictional universe. It will play by whatever rules it wants to. Batman, as a peak human, is not the same as a peak human in the real world, or not the same as a peak human in Marvel, or any other fictional world. Your feelings does not matter when we have the scans. For example, when we're looking at Batman unassisted bench pressing, we can notice that there's 5 plates on each side, one of which, the second to last plate, is labeled at 500 pounds. That means, lowballing it, Batman's bench pressing around 2,500 pounds unassisted. The world record for bench pressing is 1,401 pounds. And this is using supportive gear. Batman can casually kick trees and break them in half. These are not dead, withered trees. No human could just one-shot a tree and break it in half with a kick, at least not a tree this size. Batman casually fights and throws around dinosaurs, or cage fights bears and punches the shit out of them. His strikes are strong enough to crack this glass that are stated, but the glass was reinforced so nothing short of a bazooka blast would even put a crack in it. Dr. Death stating that a door that would be able to withstand a cruise missile, not even a cruise missile, could get through that door. Batman is strong enough to throw Dr. Death through that door and break it. The shit isn't regular human. He's able to hold with one arm a helicopter in place with his bat line. And don't get me even started when he fights people that are just bigger, stronger, more durable than him and just beats the shit out of them. Like poor Solomon Grundy. Like beating the fuck out of Solomon Grundy is a pastime for Batman. Even dealing with someone superpowered like Gotham, who punches Grundy, and Grundy just gets more pissed off. But when he deals with Batman, utilizing his skill, is able to take Grundy out. Here we have 3 evil Supermen. Don't pull your punches, but Batman's just maneuvering around them. It's not really human. But when he's fighting Failsafe, he's stated to be moving as fast as thought, casually dodging light speed attacks regularly, reacting to Kryptonians and knocking them out, reacting to speedsters like Impulse or Kid Flash, dodging the Speed Force lightning, disappearing on Batman and Captain Atom when they're right next to him, disappearing on Green Lantern while he's staring straight at him. Poor Robin had to console him. Disappearing on Superman and Lois while he's right in front of them. Disappearing on the whole damn fucking Justice League. Right there, right in front of them, gone. Their first interaction post-crisis. Batman lets go of the line and just disappears on Superman. But he's just a regular human, right? A peak human. Even though when you compare him to a super soldier like Captain America, he has equal or better feats in a good chunk of categories. I will admit that Captain America has stamina and also lifting strength, but in terms of AP and speed, Batman is better by and by, than a super soldier from a different universe. Because here's the thing, Batman's peak human does not have to be equal to Marvel's peak human, doesn't have to be equal to their super soldier, and vice versa. Sure, they're both comic books, but they don't have to adhere to the same logic and rules. But the funny thing is that the logic of Batman being just a human is only applied to DC and Marvel characters. Take, for example, Krillin. Krillin's not a mutant. He's not an alien. He's not a Kryptonian or a Saiyan or a Namekian. He's not a demon or a god of destruction or anything in between. Last time I checked, he wasn't Whis. He's not an angel. He's a human. A regular peak human for his verse. Sure, the peak is higher with his ki and his strength and his ability to do unique things that aren't available in other verses, but that's just a thing. Krillin is not different than any other human. He trained and conditioned himself to become different, to become powerful, but he's still just a human. I can go on for days about Batman taking on Gladiator, who was able to slam Superman, and then Batman beats the fuck out of him, using straight hands or one or two gadgets, but just beats the fuck out of him. And listen, do not misconstrue what I am saying in this video. I'm not saying that Batman could just one-shot Kryptonians like it's easy, or that Batman's as fast as a speedster, or anything along that lines. That's not what I'm saying, and you all know that. What I'm saying is that a regular or peak human in one verse does not have to apply to any laws or reasons or logic of the real world or any other fictional verse. He only has to adhere to the logics and reason of his verse. If Batman shows that he's capable of doing it, if he shows he's capable of doing it consistently, you have to use suspension of disbelief for the fact that he is doing it. Because if you're going to argue that he, as just a human, shouldn't be able to do these things, well then he, as a human, shouldn't be able to do his things.